Hello everybody and welcome back to a brand new video. In this video, I will be going over all the cards in the Wilth Soul of Steel deck from Commander Legends or the Arm for Battle deck. This is episode 2 of going through all the precons. Last episode, we went through A-Side, Tyrant of Gyre Strait. If you want to go see that, go check it out. But in this video, we will be checking out Wilth Soul of Steel. Alright, you ready? Alright. I want a slight disclaimer. Wilth Soul of Steel was the only card I changed out. So if you ever watch a TTW when Wilth is like the deck Arm for Battle is being played, where you don't see Wilth as the commander, that's because the commander that I have is Bruno Battlehammer from the Dungeons and Dragons adventure in the Forgotten Realms. So he is a 2-red-white 5/3 legendary creature dwarf warrior. Each creature you control gets +2/+0 for each equipment attached to it. You may pay 0 rather than pay the equip cost for the first equip ability you activate each turn. This commander is, in my opinion, better than the one that they gave in the box, but you guys can decide which one you think is better. This guy does not come in the deck. Like, he does not come in the Arm for Battle deck. He comes in the Adventures in the Forgotten Realms set. But Wilth Soul of Steel is 1 red and white for a 2/2. Legendary creature, human warrior, trample. Whenever Wilth Soul of Steel attacks, draw a card for each Arua and equipment attached to it. I don't know which one is better, but in my opinion, Brunor is the better one. So yeah, Wilth will go up above the deck. You guys will not be able to see him until the end. Now that I'm thinking about it, I'm going to move the tokens out of the way and then flip the whole deck over. And then most of the cards in this deck are equipments or Aruas or something like that. So, yeah. Alright. Now the tokens are cats. All of these are cats, as you can see. Except for this one, it's a soldier and then an elephant. But of course you can flip all the cats over and they all become soldiers. So yeah, those are the tokens that come with the deck. Alright, now we're going to read. This is one of very few creatures that come in this deck. Core Cartographer. I'm sorry if I pronounced any of the names wrong. 3 and a white for a 2/2 creature Core Scout. When Core Cartographer enters the battlefield, you may search your library for a plains card, play it onto the battlefield, then shuffle your library. Just a simple, go grab a plains card. And then we have Boros Charm, which is red and a white for an instant. Choose 1. Boros Charm deals 4 damage to target player or planeswalker. Permanents you control gain indestructible until end of turn, or target creature gains double strike until end of turn. And we have Mountain. Timely Ward. You may cast this spell. 2 and a white for Timely Ward. You may cast a spell as though it had flash if it targets a commander. Enchant creature has indestructible. I'm gonna put the creatures down here and all the equipments and stuff to the right? And then we have the instance up here, commander right here, lands right here, and then we will put all the creatures right below right here. We have Dual Caster Mage, 1 red. My mistake. 1 red for a 2/2 creature human wizard. Flash. When Dual Caster Mage enters the battlefield, copy target instant or sorcery spell. You may choose new targets for that copy. 2/2. Mountain. Generous Gift. 2 and a white for an instant. Destroy target permanent. My mistake. Its controller creates a 3/3 green elephant creature token. This is an instant. Faith Unbroken. 3 and a white for an enchantment. Enchant creature you control. When Faith Unbroken enters the battlefield, exile target creature an opponent controls until Faith Unbroken leaves the battlefield. Enchant creature gets +2/+2. Swiftfoot Boots. 2 generic mana for an artifact equipment. Equipped creature has hexproof and haste. Equip cost 1. Blazing Sunsteel. 1 in the red for an artifact equipment. Equipped creature gets +1/+0 for each opponent you have. In a typical commander game, that would be +3/+0 because you have 3 opponents. But for me and my play group, who is just me and my family, it would be +2/+0 because we only play with 3 people instead of the typical 4. Whenever equipped creatures dealt damage, it deals that much damage to any target. Equip cost is 4. Return to Dust. 2 white for an instant. Exile target artifact or enchantment. If you cast this spell during your main phase, you may exile up to 1 other artifact or enchantment. On Sarah's Wings. 3 and a white for a legendary enchantment, Arua. Enchant creature. Enchant creature is legendary, gets +1/+1, and has flying, vigilance, and lifelink. That's a lot of stuff. Boros Garrison. Boros Garrison enters the battlefield tapped. When Boros Garrison enters the battlefield, return a land you control to its owner's hand. Tap, add red and white. Expedite. Red mana for instant. Target creature gains haste until end of turn. Draw a card. This is this next card is a really good game ending card because it's really powerful. Master Warcraft. 2 hybrid red white, just so that's 4 mana. And then you can for the hybrid part, you can pay either red or white. You don't have to pay both. You can do either or twice because there's 2 of them. So that's 4 mana in total for an instant. Cast this spell only before attackers are declared. You choose which creatures attack this turn. You choose which creatures block this turn and how those creatures block. So in other words, you can play this card and just say, all my guys attack and none of your guys block. And that's game ending. Rogue's Passage. Tap, add colorless. 4, tap. Target creature can't be blocked this turn. I've never seen this activated. Mountain. Comet Storm. X. Red. Multi-kicker 1. You may pay an additional 1 any number of times as you cast a spell. Choose any target, then choose another target for each time this spell was kicked. Comet Storm deals X damage to each of them. Another game-ending spell. Mask of Arakon. 2 generic mana for an artifact equipment. Equipped creature has +1/+2 and has hexproof. Can't be the targets of spells or abilities your opponent controls. And equip cost is 3. Mountain. Orskio's Explorer. 1 and a white for a creature cat scout. 2/2. When Orskio's Explorer enters the battlefield, search your library for up to X planes cards, where X is the number of players who control more lands than you. Reveal those cards, put them into your hand, then shuffle your library. Demethea. Capshan Partagon. 2 and a white for a 2/2 legendary creature, human knight. First strike, vigilance, and lifelink. Aura and equipment spells you cast cost 1 less to cast. 2 more. Battle Rage. 1 in the red for an instant. Target creature gains double strike until end of turn. Ferocious. That creature also gains trample until end of turn if you control a creature with power 4 or greater. Transguild Promagod. I think. Transguild Promagod enters the battlefield tapped. When Transguild Promagod enters the battlefield, sacrifice it unless you pay 1. And then tap, add 1 mana of any color. Terramorphic Expanse. Land. Tap. Sacrifice Terramorphic Expanse. Search your library for a basic land card, play it onto the battlefield tapped, then shuffle your library. Mountain. Stone Quarry. Stone Core enters the battlefield tapped, and then you can tap it to add red or white. Valorous Stance. When in a white for an instant, choose one. Target creature gains indestructible until turn, or destroy target creature with toughness 4 or greater. Swords to Plowshare. White for an instant. Exile target creature. Its controller gains life equal to its power. Jaya's Molting Inferno. X red for a legendary sorcery. You may cast a legendary sorcery only if you control a legendary creature or planeswalker. Hint, hint, your commander, no matter what commander you choose, even if you put a different commander in here, is legendary. Jaya's Involting Inferno deals X damage to each of up to 3 targets. Explorer's Scope. When an equipped creature attacks, look at the top card of your library. If it's a land card, you may put it onto the battlefield tapped. Equip cost is 1. Another game-ending spell, especially if your opponent has less life than you, and they attack you with more creatures than your life total. Red and white for an instant. Deflecting Palm. The next time a sorcerer of your choice would deal damage to you this turn. Prevent that damage if damage is prevented this way. Deflecting Palm deals that much damage to that source's controller. Very powerful. A land. I'm just going to stop reading the lands, okay? But no, we'll continue. Scheduled Steep. Land. Scheduled Steep enters the battlefield tapped, and you can tap it to add white. And then cycling. White. Discard this card to draw a card. Another game-ending spell. Relentless Assault. 2 red for a sorcery. Untap all creatures that attack this turn. After this main phase, there's an additional combat phase, followed by an additional main phase. It's like having another turn, only without the untap step. Swiftfoot Boots. 2 generic mana for an artifact equipment. Equipped creature as hexproof and haste. Equip cost is 1. White Sun's Zenith. X white for a instant. Create X 2/2 white cat creature tokens. Shuffle White Sun's Zenith into its owner's library. Brass Squire. 3 generic mana for an artifact creature Mire. 1/3 for a tap. Attach target equipment you control to target creature you control. Command Tower tap. Add 1 mana of any color in your commander's color identity. Plains, mountain, plains, mountain, plains. All right, there we go. Memorial Coup, I think. X white, create X 1/1 white soldier creature tokens. If X is 5 or more, destroy all other creatures. Not destroy. Boros Guildgate, land gates. When it enters battlefield, tap, add red or white. Memorial to War. Memorial to War enters the battlefield tapped, and then you can tap it to add red. 4 red, tap, sacrifice Memorial to War, destroy target land. Mountain, plains. Ooh, we have a split card. This card's fun. Response or Resurgence. If you don't know about these cards, you can cast one of the halves, or you can cast both of the halves, okay? So like if you only want to cast Response, then you can only cast Response, but it would go to your graveyard, and you can't ever use Resurgence again unless you have a take target sorcery card from your graveyard. However, you can cast both of them, assuming it was on your main phase, because one of them is a sorcery. Alright, if you want to cast Response, it's hybrid red-white, And an instant Response deals 5 damage to target attacking or blocking creature. And then Resurgent is 3 red white for a sorcery. Creatures you control gain first strike and Vigilance until end of turn. After this main phase, there's an additional combat phase followed by an additional main phase. Kind of like a Relentless Assault. Tiana, Ship's Caretaker. 3 red white for a legendary creature, Angel Artificer. 3/3 for a flying first strike. Whenever an Arua or equipment you control is put into a graveyard from the battlefield, you may return that card to its owner's hand at the beginning of the next end step. Selphara's Aid. White mana for an enchantment. You may cast Arua and equipment spells as though they had flash. Whenever an equipment spell enters the battlefield under your control, you may attach it to target creature you control. Pretty cool. Hero's Blade. 2 generic mana for an artifact equipment. Something on that card. Yeah. Artifact equipment. Equipped creature gets +3/+2 whenever a legendary creature enters the battlefield under your control. You may attach it, Hero's Blade, to it. And the equip cost is 4. Solar Ring. 1 for an artifact. Tap, add 2. Colorless. Volcanic Fallout. 1 red. The spell can't be countered. Volcanic Fallout deals 2 damage to each creature and each player. Windscarred Crag. Land. When Windscarred Crag enters the battlefield. It enters the battlefield. Tap. When Windscarred Crag enters the battlefield, you gain 1 life. Tap, add red or white. Rupture Spire. Land. Rupture Spire enters the battlefield. Tapped when it enters the battlefield. Sacrifice it unless you pay 1. Tap, add 1 mana of any color. And we have another one. Wear or Tear. Wear, destroy target artifact for 1 in a red. Or Tear, for a white, you destroy target enchantment. Wear and Tear. That would go up there. Disenchant. 1 in a white for an instant, destroy target artifact or enchantment for 1 in a white. Winds of Wrath, a board wipe. 3 white for a sorcery. Destroy all creatures that aren't enchanted that can't be regenerated. It could be a one-sided board wipe. It's possible. Ordic. Lunch Marshal. Launch? I don't know. 3 in a white for a legendary creature, human soldier. At the beginning of each combat, creatures you control gain first strike until end of turn if a creature you control has first strike. The same is true for flying, death touch, double strike, haste, hexproof, indestructible, lifelink, menace, reach, skulk, trample, and vigilance. SRAM, Senior Edifier. 1 in a white for a legendary creature, Dwarf Advisor. 2/2. Whenever you cast an Arua equipment or a vehicle spell, draw a card. Myriad Landscape. Myriad Landscape enters battlefield tapped. Tap, add colorless or 2 to tap it. Sacrifice Myriad Landscape, search your library for up to 2 basic land cards that share a land type. Put them onto the battlefield. Tap, then shuffle your library. And then Plains. Slayer Stronghold. Tap, add colorless, red and a white to tap. Target creature gets +2/+0 and gains Vigilance and Haste until end of turn. Fire Shrieker. 3 colorless for an artifact equipment. Equipped creature has double strike. It deals both first strike and regular combat damage. Equip cost is 2. Relic Seeker. 1 in a white for a creature, human soldier. Reown 1. When this creature deals combat damage to a player, if it isn't reowned, put a +1/+1 counter on it, and it becomes reowned. When Relic Seeker enters the battle, when Relic Seeker becomes reowned, you may search your library for an equipment card, reveal it, put it into your hand, then shuffle your library. Oh, wrong spot. Spirit Mantle. 1 in a white for an enchantment. Enchant creature. An enchantment Arua. Enchant creature. Enchanted creature gets +1/+1 and has protection from creatures. Borosignant. 2 colorless for an artifact. Tap 1 and tap to add red and white. Wild Shot. 2 red for an instant. You may choose new targets for a target instant or sorcery spell. Then copy that spell. You may choose new targets for that copy. Evolving Wilds. Land. Tap, sacrifice Evolving Wilds. Search your library for a basic land card. Put it onto the battlefield. Tap, then shuffle your library. Haunted Cloak. 3 colorless for an artifact equipment. Equipped creature has Vigilance, Trample, and Haste. 3 things. For an equip cost of 1. Ironclad Slayer. 2 and a white for a creature. Human Warrior. 3/2. When Ironclad Slayer enters the battlefield, you may return target Arua or equipment card from your graveyard to your hand. Black Blade Reforged. 2 colorless for a legendary artifact equipment. Equipped creature gets +1/+1 for each land you control. Equip legendary creature is only 3 colorless. However, just equip another creature is 7. Plains. Unbreakable Formation. 2 and a white for an instant. Creatures you control gain indestructible until end of turn. Adabalon. I think that's what that says. If you cast this spell during your main phase, put a +1/+1 counter on each of those creatures, and they gain Vigilance until end of turn. Sunhome Fortress of the Legion. A land for tap, add colorless, 2 red and a white for tap. Target creature gains double strike until end of turn. Ring of Thu'um. 2 colorless for an artifact equipment. Equipped creature has Vigilance. At the beginning of your upkeep, put a +1/+1 counter on equipped creature if it's white. And equip cost is 1. Loxodon Warhammer. 3 colors for an artifact equipment. Equipped creature gets +3/+0 and has trample and lifelink. An equipped cost of 3. Rings of Valkas. 2 colorless for an artifact equipment. Equipped creature has haste. At the beginning of your upkeep, put a +1/+1 counter on equipped creature if it's red. 1 colorless. Word of Seizing. 3 red for an instant splits second. As long as this spell is on the stack, players can't cast spells or activate abilities that aren't mana abilities. Untap target permanent and you gain control of it until end of turn. It gains haste until end of turn. Then Plains. An Abrade for 1 and a red for an instant. Choose 1. Abrade deals 3 damage to target creature. Destroy target creature. Or destroy target creature, my mistake. Oh, there's 2 cards. Dawn Charm. 1 and a white for an instant. Choose 1. Prevent all combat damage that would be dealt this turn. Regenerate target creature. Or counter target spells that targets you. Encroaching Waste. A land. Tap. Add colorless. 4. Tap. Sacrifice. Encroaching Waste. Destroy target non-basic land. Unquestioned Authority. 2 and a white for an enchantment Arua. Enchant creature. When Unquestioned Authority enters the battlefield, draw a card. Enchanted creature has protection from creatures. And then Plains. Bone Splitter. 1 colorless for an artifact equipment. Equipped creature gets +2/+0 and an equip cost of 1. Plains. Mountain. And then we have another sword. A Sword of Vengeance. 3 colorless mana for equipped creature gets +2/+0 has first strike, Vigilance, trample, and haste. An equipped cost of 3. Condemn. White's mana for an instant. Put target attacking creature on the bottom of its owner's library. Its controller gains life equal to its toughness. Plains. Another creature. Flicker Wisp. 1 white for a creature elemental. Flying. When Flicker Wisp enters the battlefield, exile another target permanent. Return that card to the battlefield under its owner's control at the beginning of the next end step. And 3 and a 1. Plains. Sun Forger, 3 and a colorless for an artifact equipment. Equipped creature gets +4/+0. Red and a white for unattached Sword Forger. Search your library for a red or white instant card with converted mana cost 4 or less, and cast that card without paying its mana cost, then shuffle your library. And equipped cost of 3. Forgotten Cave. Forgotten Cave enters battlefield. Tap, add red. Cycling. Red. Discard this card to draw a card. Plains. Fist of Flame. Now that I mention it, guys, there is a lot of cycling in this deck, more than any of my other decks. Fist of Flame is 1 in a red for an instant. Draw a card until end of turn. Target creature gains trample and gets +1/+0 for each card you've drawn this turn. And that's the deck, guys. We're gonna zoom out. Okay, maybe that was too far. Yeah, how's that? All right, guys. Oh, my mistake. All right, but this is the deck. All right. I hope you guys like it. I hope this was useful to you. Join my Discord. It's in the description. Please do. Also, leave a like on this video if you liked it. We will be doing many more videos like these where I go through my Precon decks. But however, until then, I have one video that's going to come out a week from today, and that is the review of some of the best cards, in my opinion, I think from white and blue, or white and another color from the new set that's about to come out. Phyrexia, all will be one. So look forward to that, and I hope to see you in another video. Once again, leave a like and subscribe. Goodbye.